Hello, this is the convenience of culture, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about when is it good and when is it bad to be black. And I'm one of your co-hosts, Zachary Mike.
I'm Noah Brown.
I'm Cameron Dean.
And I'm Matthew Brown.
All right, our first question today is we're just going to start broad. When do y'all think it is convenient to be black?
Convenient to be black.
When do y'all think it's beneficial?
Damn.
That's,
Okay,
that's heavy.
so
Hold on.
okay. So I think one of the times it's been convenient to be black is definitely when affirmative action was still in place because it made it easier for minorities period, but especially black people to get into colleges and scholarships and stuff.
Mm. Cameron?
Oh, let me look this up, bro.
All right,
Or-
so yeah, another
Alrighty.
another place when it's convenient to be black is like I would say when we boom, I got one. So another time when it's convenient to be black is when we are trying other people's cultures or we're doing things that are out of the culture norm for, as they say, black people. Like when, say for girls, when black girls get like we say like they get weave-in or sew-ins and it be straight hairs, resemblance of oh a white person. But when you flip it on the other side, if a white girl had got braids, people would look at it as crazy and insane. So that's another time when it's
right.
convenient to be black when you're trying to test out other cultures.
It's pretty convenient to be black when you want to say the N word.
That's true. Or
Yeah,
just
don't
anything.
put that
So
in.
like,
Yeah, cut that out. Don't put that in.
What you can
Mm-mm.
what you can say is
Mm-mm.
it's convenient.
yeah,
It's convenient.
you
It's
can say it's
convenient to be black
convenient
when you say
when
something that's
rapping
offensive.
when you're singing songs, yeah, or yeah,
Yeah, when you're saying
yeah.
something
No,
that's
no, no, yeah,
offensive.
yeah. You can say slurs, Matthew. Just don't say the N word. You can use the N word as an example when you explain it, Bucko. But
Yeah.
The
Jesus
way he said
Christ,
it when you want to say the N
I
word.
think it's like when I
Honestly,
it's
I might
convenient when
put
you
that
want to
in
say
there
the
as
N word.
bloopers, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Put that at the end. Put this whole little section at the end. Put what Matthew just said from start of Matthew at the end. Matthew, go ahead. Say something real this time.
Um, it's pretty convenient to be black when you're listening to music and you don't want to bleep out what you're saying. You can speak your real truth.
So you feel like, unlike other people, black people have the right to
Privilege.
almost say every word in every song, get the privilege to say every word in every song, and it's not
For
looked
the
at as
most part.
crazy or out the norm. Okay,
For the most part.
Cameron, what do you think? When do you think it's convenient to be black?
Go on from this question, man. Oh, you're gonna have to do a lot of editing. Hope you know
So I
Yeah, I
was
this.
gonna
know.
say, so
I'm
we're
feeling it
gonna have to
now.
come back. Dang, Cameron, how you
Shit.
freeze up on the first question?
Nigga, next
Nigga,
time.
I don't know. I don't like being black. I don't think it's convenient ever to be black, nigga.
Put that in
Okay,
there.
say that. Say that.
Put
Say
that at
that.
the end.
Okay, yeah, so say that. That's the other side, Cameron. You can say
It's a
that.
podcast. You can say that. Yeah.
It's up. Say that.
Okay. Run it back.
Okay, boom. Y'all ready? I got
Yeah.
you. Boom. Cameron, when do you think it's convenient or not convenient to be black?
Personally, I feel like being convenient to be black doesn't truly benefit you in society. It could only like help you if you. I feel like if you're younger minded, like you want to like fit into a certain group of people. I feel like a lot of teens nowadays, especially white teens, would want to fit into a certain demographic of people. And
Mm-hmm.
like from personal experience, I've had a lot of white friends, and they've literally said to me, I wish I was black, but I really don't feel like there's a benefit to being black, as there's still a lot of inequality in
Yeah.
America today.
So what you're saying is when it comes to a culturation of different cultures, that black people have it easier when compared to other races because they think it's easier for black people in quotation to fit in. When
Yeah,
we still face racial inequalities for it not to be convenient to be black as well.
Correct. I feel like looking past all that quote unquote fit in, I feel like it's outweighed by black people still not receiving the same benefits as majority or a white man.
Mm. And y'all got any like experiences or like anything y'all seen of people choosing when and when not to be black?
Yes. A term used in one of our sources, the uh, source called "Black and biracial Americans wouldn't need to code switch if we lived in a post-racial society." Talks about the term code switching, where I've seen it with like my mother, where she would be on the phone with like a representative or maybe like bills or something, and she'll have to like change how she speaks um, instead of talking how she usually does, because it's more like presentable. It's considered more presentable, and it's more admired than the way that black people are assumed to usually talk. It's also one of the reasons that she gave me a name um, that it would be considered white, because it would help me in society, like when it comes to getting jobs and stuff.
And I feel that's something we can all really agree on because my name, in that case, people do think that even though you have some benefits of being black, when it comes down to it, there are some racial injustices of just having a black name. And another thing that you talked about with the vernacular, that code switch, it's like people, especially of color, have to learn that code switch because we will be looked at as less than or unintelligent if we don't know how to speak, as in quotations, proper English.
All right.
You know? In a lot of instances, you also have to be groomed a certain type of way because if you have long, coarse hair, people are gonna look at you crazy and think that you're less than because of that.
Yeah, that's also an inconvenience. They say some of our hairstyles would be, as they will call it, ghetto. When I don't know how a
Ghetto and
hairstyle,
dirty.
yeah, I don't know how a hairstyle could be ghetto. That doesn't really make sense on any platform because if say black people having dreads or locks would be unprofessional, but as we look at some white people have dreads and even though coming from black people, some black people be like, why do they have dreads or whatever? People will never say that it looks unprofessional.
All right. Next question.
Oh, I wasn't even done with that topic. Another
Okay.
time I've seen people being convenient be black is that our next source, the podcast where a lot of people that are Afro descendant choose when to be Afro descendant. So, like the podcast when it says a lot of people that are Puerto Rican or Dominican or Afro Cuban, Afro Latino, Afro Latina, they really choose when it's okay to be black when it benefits them, and they really deny the black when it's not okay to be black. Because as you saw in the podcast, he wasn't wrong. There are people that say there are Dominicans that look just like us or darker than us or would look under the more would look under the pretense of what you think a black person would look like, look more black than us, but would swear that they're not black because it's not a beneficial thing to be.
All right. I think another reason that just like going off gas, another reason that people might claim not to be black is because there is in certain cultures like there's a stigma that black people have because of like prejudice and preset like racial standards, where they automatically think like bad and poorly of black people. They'll think that black people only commit crimes, are like thieves and misbehave. So people try not to claim like being black because they don't want to be profiled or lumped in.
I definitely feel like
Right.
social media has a big impact on that. All
Definitely.
And
whenever like I open Instagram, for example, it's always a black native stereotype going around.
mm,
Definitely posts there definitely lead on to more. Oh, you want to be white, even though it could be from black creators themselves.
hmm Like even the situation that's going on right now with P Diddy, I would say people are putting more effort and it's more publicized about this whole P Diddy incident while P Diddy is still alive and still, you know what I'm saying, trying to be a successful man. When you compare it to Epstein Island, they haven't even tried to start discovering it and uncovering all the bad things that happened until it was passed, until it was done
Still,
happening. Yet they're trying to defame a black man while he's still living, but waited till Epstein was dead for everything for that way to be on. But it doesn't make no sense to me because now you have all of the black people or even whoever behind the scenes on social media making all the memes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know who the Riddler is, but I saw the Diddler. It was crazy.
Diddler.
Yeah, like it was insane. I
Oh,
saw
yo,
the
Mike.
Diddler. My mic cutting out?
Your mic tweaking. Your mic
Yeah,
tweaking.
Yeah.
Oh, I think is it good now?
yeah, it's good now.
I think I moved it. Okay, yeah, my fault. Did y'all hear me though? Like the
Yeah.
diddler, like that's crazy. Like we're making memes. We're making memes of a black man while his house was getting raided, even though when it came to Epstein, no one was doing this. Mind you, social media wasn't as popular, but the internet was still a thing. So it's not like the resources weren't there to do it.
It's making everybody look bad. It's kind of like a big Rico case. All the big black celebrities that had anything to do with Diddy, they're also getting dragged and taken down for it. So it's
Right.
just a whole bunch of negative stereotypes going on.
And another case of that was when I would like to say if 2016 to 2020, 2016 to really now, everybody would swear that there was YSL to be because they like Young Thug. But as soon as Young Thug got the RICO charge, now nobody's YSL. Like the change up and the switch of people liking Young Thug and not liking Young Thug, or being with Young Thug and not liking and not being with Young Thug, changed over a matter of seconds due to the fact of they put a crime against a man with minor evidence of conviction.
Right.
And another thing would be how they wait until most black men die or pass or have already let out their sentence to say that they were innocent. Because I know, do y'all remember that story about how those young kids in New York all got framed for rape? It
Yeah.
was on Netflix.
Right,
They had a
right,
whole
right.
documentary. Yeah, so
Yeah.
they all got framed for rape. It's called Central Park Five. They all got framed for rape and things of such when it wasn't them. And most of them, since they were black and they didn't have the money to support and get a good lawyer or anything like that, and they weren't financially stable. They went to jail falsely accused, and it wasn't until 40 years later until, if I'm not mistaken, two were dead, one took a plea deal and left early, but that wasn't the only person that stayed in jail and didn't take a plea and was also alive. After 44 years of condemnment, then they freed him. But it's like at that point you've already thrown his whole life away.
Right. And I do remember a story like that because I know they tried to compensate him, but they compensated him with only like, what was like $20,000 or like $50,000, which wasn't
Yeah,
really
and then they
much
trying to
to get his life back together,
right,
especially after losing 44 years.
and and that was the bad side of it. So, and that was the bad side of being black during that time, because you can think the other side of that time would have been, okay, he's black, he's cool, cause look at his hair. So he's hanging out with the rappers, like y'all are saying this. So basically, another thing, so when Tupac was doing what he was doing and he was alive, right? People were always down to stand with Tupac, but as soon as what he did was out of the norm, now nobody's a part of the Black Panther movement. Nobody's not all the people who are Afro descendants are just where they say they were from, and they're not claiming that other half of them.
Right.
Definitely over 6 minutes, by the way.
Yeah. Damn, bro. I'm really gonna have to edit. Do you have any other questions?
No, but we need an outro. I'm not saying the outro. Cameron, you're up.
outro.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Keep this in the podcast, please. Keep this in the outro. Keep this in the outro. It'd be very funny. Alright.
Fair. Okay, go.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Real quick, what's our podcast time? What's the name?
Uh,
Convenience of culture. That's the
Convenience of
name.
culture.
The episode. Yeah, the convenience of culture.
Culture. Alright. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that was a great talk. Thank you guys. Take it off here once again. I'm Cameron Dean.
I'm Zachary Mike.
Noah Brown.
I'm Matthew Brown.
I think we dug really deep and was able to have a mature conversation about the convenience of culture and what it means to be black and all of the negative stereotypes surrounding positive sides too.